welcome everybody. I'm glad you came. I just want to read a little bit from Roselle Shartock's book, Windsor Mountain School, a beloved Berkshire institution. Now this is from the Vermont Journal, and it's reporting that the school is going to open at the Juniper Hill Farm, which is now Windsor Mansion Inn. The Juniper Hill Farm, owned by Mrs. Catherine Everts of New York City, has been leased for the coming year to Dr. and Mr. Max Bondy and Mr. and Mrs. George Roper of Switzerland. In a shadow of sadness over her face, the children of Switzerland will not be able to attend, she said. So, let's see, let's go. So we opened the school on October 1st, 1939, with 3 students, Heinz, their son, the cook's child, and Winnetou Zuckermeyer, and 5 teachers. We now have 7 children and 6 new enrollments for the next year. And that was the announcement in the Vermont Journal. So I will turn this portion over to Maurice and Andy. We have a presentation commemorating that date.
Well, good afternoon, my friends. Unaccustomed as I am to speaking to a group like this, on the spur of the moment, here I am. And I must say that this is an occasion in which I'm going to speak only about deserving behavior. Nothing else comes to mind in the context of Windsor Mountain for me at all. Now that date that was mentioned about the first day of school was before my time. In fact, and I didn't come to know the school until 15 years after that, when Heinz Bondy came to Washington, D.C. with his wife Eleanor, looking for students from what has been just before the decision was made by the Supreme Court, a segregated school system, so that he came, in fact, to the segregated high school that I was at, junior high school I was attending, and had gotten names from the guidance counselor there, whom he had apparently talked to in the past about looking for students, to do something at the Windsor Mountain School, which started here, and its place in the Berkshires in New England, still in this broad area. That wasn't being done in private schools, private boarding schools in any particular way at that time, although they were independent of the court's decision-making about behaviors across our nation. And there I was, invited to attend this progressive, coeducational, very diverse, internationally in its makeup. And boy, was I thrilled and excited and delighted that my mother said yes to him on the phone after he asked that I come to this place, which, as many of you have said to me in one setting or another, was life-changing for you in so many ways. I could actually cry, for some reason, saying those words in this world we are living in, which needs so much more good work, which, as I've said before, we of Windsor Mountain are part of the seed pile from which that good can and does grow. And onward and upward we shall go with that in our hearts and in the hearts of those that we touch and whose lives we support in one way and another, and those who grow from learning from us and we from them. And so, standing in this place, which in the heart of me at the moment feels quite sacred, because of that October 1st day and the time that followed from it, here, elsewhere in Vermont and the Berkshires, to say that we deeply, deeply, I don't know what the right word is, love that this place is still here and we can
And in such good hands.
honor it and its history in your presence and in your hand with this plaque, the American birthplace of Windsor Mountain School, 1939, by founders Max and Gertrud Bondy, Windsor Mansion and formerly the Juniper Hill Farm. We want to present this plaque for appearance in this space, this place, to you.
Thank you so much.
There will be more. Yes, I will hold it like this, and would you like to have a face without a mask?
Unfortunately, I have other guests, and then innkeepers are required to. Yep.
Yes, I understand. That's what I felt.
No, I know.
I've had all my shots.
But rules are rules, despite the fact that we tended to break them routinely.
So do we.
Touche.
And continue.
And accurate.
Break them more selectively.
Yeah, no,
It's absolutely beautiful. We're honored to have this displayed.
Yeah.
Probably, in, thank you very, very much.
Oh.
And all, thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for making us feel so welcome.
Thank you.
And a
It's an
moment to
absolute.
thank Christopher Smith for organizing all of this.
Just one word, it was Christopher and Amy who came to our door, and I think Amy was a huge proponent.
Actually, I think I was here first to say please do
It's true,
I
it's
think
true.
you're right.
It's true.
And I just want to recognize, you know, her hard work. She ferreted things out. She researched so much. She taught me an awful lot about the school
Now,
and
you
its
know what you have
principles.
to do? You have to get a hold of Chris Callahan. You know Chris?
No.
Okay.
You didn't teach me that
Work
one
to
yet.
do now.
I have work to do.
When, it's so funny, and I was telling them this, when, after, you know, that wonderful person, Gordon, left here, okay? And, you know, all we know what happened to the building, and then it went to foreclosure, whatever. I called Chris Callahan, who is the town attorney. And I said, Chris, talk to me about the building, and so forth. And he said, what's your interest? I mean, I've known him, and, you know, I've worked with him before, you know, real estate wise and stuff. I said, well, I used to go to Windsor Mountain, so what, he said, you went to Windsor Mountain, I know all about Windsor Mountain. So we started talking, that 5-minute call was like him asking me 1,000 questions. One of them was like, I heard that there were people, you know, kids from famous people who went there, you know, whatever, we went through all of that. So then, when it was really in bad foreclosure, meaning nobody was stepping up to the plate to, you know, to try to buy it, I decided to be relatively humorous and brazen at the same time. And I sent out an email, I mean a Facebook thing to everybody, saying, okay, listen, why can't we all buy the building, you know, the alumni? You know, some could be more, could be less, whatever. For down the road, if there's ever a time, this is so weird, if there's ever a time that we can't use the Lenox campus, we will have this building, you know, as alumni. And we could always do something here, or people who want to go skiing would have a place to be, and people who want to go to the lakes or whatever could be here. And we could get a manager who could run it. Plus, he would fix, you know, fill our coffers should we ever want to do something. And only a few people responded to me. It was like, that's a great idea. But not enough people. But I thought that would have been so fun. That Windsor Mountain School alumni owned the Juniper Hill farm, which was. But see how it worked out? Here we are. And thank you, Andy, for letting us do this.
Again, it's our honor and pleasure, and again, you guys have just been so wonderful as well. It's been an honor, and as I said, hosting you all, and we want you to enjoy.
So Andy, how do you feel about ski season here?
Good. I mean,
All right.
weekends are outstanding